to myself.
Oh, messed it up. I wonder if...
No, I think you got it.
Sorry.
Oh. Well, we're not orange like last time.
Well, that's because we actually have sunlight. It's not shady. That shade kind of ruined us last time with our weird orange selves. But hey, how are y'all doing? How's everyone doing this beautiful weekend?
Oop. We went to church today, and we've been relaxing ever since.
Yep.
I was like, before I got on here, I was just so sleepy. I was like, I'm not getting up. But then I ended up going to the kitchen getting dinner started, so the kids are finishing that off.
Yeah, it was... Sunday mornings are normally all right for me, but struggled with the work that we did yesterday, kind of wore me out. And then on top of that, time change was this morning, so that threw us off as well. So today seemed like it was extra dragging as she yawns.
I know. I was so just like, ugh.
So it was difficult getting up and getting moving this morning and getting to church and everything, but it actually turned out to be a really beautiful day these last 2 days here. Mm-hmm. I think we finally made it through our last frost here in North Texas.
Right.
Which was last night, was our last hard freeze, I believe, from looking in the weather and everything. So that's exciting. I'm thankful for that because that means we can get to planting and really get our garden more active.
I hope so. I really, really hope so. I hope we don't get a last minute freeze.
I hope not.
That'd be terrible.
Good. I've been outside all weekend here working.
I was this close to planting tomatoes yesterday. This close. And then I was like, don't do it. Wait a few more days. So I'm kind of holding out a little bit. They're in the house, so it's okay. They're not huge. I started really late, so our tomatoes are maybe this size.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're really tender right now. So we'll see how they go. I'm gonna try 2 varieties
you got like
3 varieties that I haven't really done too much. The yellow pear,
hey, color drop.
Hi. The big cherry and the Burpee super sauce tomatoes. If you have tried Burpee super sauce, let me know. I hear they're a really good size. And they are kind of like a substitute for Roma tomatoes, which is awesome to me. So we'll see. We'll see how those go. We're going to trellis them up a cattle panel. There's a lot of different ways you can trellis tomatoes, but we're going to try the cattle panel this year because they're indeterminate. I'm only growing indeterminate tomatoes this year. So we shall see. I'm usually used to the bush variety. But you get way more tomatoes with the indeterminate.
Yeah, and Leah, yeah, we seen that you commented about getting all that mulch and everything. That's exciting. Man, like she said, we got mulch coming Monday, so we got a whole other week of work for us ahead with the mulch. I still have about a third of the pile of compost that we had delivered yesterday that I still got to move.
Right.
So definitely got a lot more to go. And I agree. Sometimes we do get that last front right there around Resurrection Sunday. Mm-hmm. So I'm really hoping we don't. But we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I pray that that cold snap holds off this year and we don't. I'm hoping we're past all of that.
The yellow pear, I heard they grow really good too. I grew them for the first time I ever gardened. I think it was like the first season I've ever gardened. And they were pretty cool. They're so cute. They're like this little and they taste really good. I don't know. I just had to grow them this year. I was like, they're perfect for kids. Like, because we're going to try to grow a lot of super sauce for salsas and tomato sauce, marinara. So I was like, let me try smaller varieties like cherry and pear, yellow pear, so the kids can actually grab and try them. It's so much easier for them to do that. That's really how they like eating their vegetables.
Yeah.
They like grabbing them from the garden and eating them while they're playing outside.
Yeah.
So for us, that's really why we're doing 2 of the smaller varieties for them, pretty much.
Yeah, because like she said, a lot of times in the past when we grew like cherry tomatoes, I'm pretty sure not one cherry tomato made it into the house. without the kids eating them as they went to the house. So they love eating it right off the plant. They love enjoying that fresh vegetable. And at the end of the day, if that's how they're going to eat it, I'm all for it. Like, let them eat it right off the plant because you know what? They're still getting the nutrients. They're still getting all of that. And they're more likely to eat it there than on a plate. By all means, let them eat it because I'd rather them have it than not, you know?
So Michael is growing, is it Michelle or Michael? I'm pretty sure it's Michael. They're growing Reapers.
Ooh, like the Carolina Reaper? As in like the really hot pepper? We had a friend in Virginia. He grew Reapers in his apartment. And
they grew.
They grew really well. Yeah, extremely hot.
In a container by the windowsill, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they had grow lights. Who knows? We'll have to ask him.
I don't think they had grow lights.
But
I think it was by the window.
Yeah, he got some really spicy peppers.
Yeah.
It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
If you're interested in seeing how that worked out.
Hey, Life with Belinda.
Was that
Chuck.
the pepper he tried? The Calderon?
Yes.
Okay. So his YouTube name is The Digital Disciple. And he has a pepper video of him trying it. It's so funny.
Hilarious.
I mean, it is so funny. He did not accept. He just had a little tiny piece, and it was so spicy.
Yeah, I tried to warn him beforehand, but he went ahead and tried it.
They make tinctures with Reapers. That's cool.
Oh, that is cool.
How? Let me know. I don't think I've ever looked into the medicinal benefits of them. So let me know in the comments what they're good for. That tincture is good for.
Yeah. And Leah, that pile as big as your Kia. We're supposed to, like I said, the load that we're supposed to get Monday for our mulch is 16 yards of mulch. So that's a lot. Like that's probably about the size of our van that we have.
Right.
So it's exciting.
I'm trying to cover as much as we can. I got something blowing in my eye.
Sorry if the audio is windy. It's really windy outside all of a sudden, and it's blowing into our shed. So.
I have to wear gloves bottling it. Oh, I'm sure.
I believe that.
I am sure. I will touch a jalapeno. And my nose is like burning. I'm so weak when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, she didn't grow up eating spicy foods or hot foods.
Before I met him, I could barely eat black pepper. Like I was like, why are you putting that on there? Let me see. Heirloom called Tiny Tim. I have been wanting to try the smaller tomatoes. Those are the ones that you can just get in a small pot, right? Like a small little pot. And they're like this big, but they produce a lot. It's Tiny Tim, and then there's another one. One day I'm gonna try those.
Yeah, Leah, my back is sore from yesterday, and that was just compost. And like I said, I think I got maybe 3 of the 4 yards gone.
Right.
Maybe 3. Maybe even 2.5.
And it's kind of hard because our fence is on the other side of the yard.
Yeah.
So he goes out of the fence, gets the compost, wheelbarrows it, walks across the yard to the garden. And, it seemed that enough is a lot, but we have holes all through our yard because of our dog and the children. So it's like the wheelbarrow is just like, boom, boom, boom. So it's like a whole lot of extra work.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably like, I probably have to wheelbarrow it probably almost 80 feet from the pile where it was dropped to our garden area. So I'm shoveling and wheelbarrowing it at the same time.
It's so funny.
But definitely exciting. They said the tincture is for anti-inflammatory and circulation.
Okay, I can see that.
Good.
Cayenne as well.
Yeah.
Cayenne's pretty medicinal.
Yeah, we grew cayenne last year.
Well, we're growing it
and we're growing it this year too.
Actually, I really need to. Out of all the plants in our garden, I started 99% of them from seed, but I need to buy some pepper plants.
Yeah.
The ones that I tried to germinate did not germinate well, so I'm gonna have to go out there and buy some pepper plants. The only ones we have right now are two cayenne plants and 1 bird pepper plant.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to buy some peppers. If you have any idea of really good varieties that you enjoy, and what I've found with peppers too, bell peppers especially, they're so small. Is there like some super cool like trick or something to growing bell peppers? Let me know what has worked for you, what variety has worked for you for bell peppers, because They're tiny. I get
they were
super
like,
small ones. And
maybe
they're good.
baseball size.
Yeah, they're good, but they're not. I don't know. I just don't know. I might just have to go to the grocery store, buy some organic bell peppers that are big, and just take their seeds or something.
Yeah, because it is. I was blown away by the size of the bell peppers because I'm used to seeing the store size that are like a softball, and we were getting maybe like baseball size bell peppers. So we had to use more for what we needed. But I mean, they were delicious. They were great. We loved them, but they definitely wasn't the size that we thought they would be.
I know. Which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it was.
But they were prolific.
Yes.
They were just small. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So.
We're going to have to see.
Yeah. Along with the work that we did this weekend, we did a lot of moving of compost and creating new beds in our yard or in our garden area because we've done a lot of the mulching, but we didn't necessarily have the compost that we wanted or needed to really get the beds that we wanted. So we just used the mulch as a weed barrier and try to kill it down so we can add the compost and then put the mulch back on it. So that's kind of what we've been doing, or that's what we did all day yesterday, was really just moving compost around, building beds, building things. If you've seen our video yesterday that we posted, that's basically what we were doing all day, was moving around, getting other things prepared to go, for her to plant her tomatoes, her squash, her zucchini, and all of that, just trying to do those springtime preparations for our garden.
Right.
So I think your daughter.
I know. I think she's like hovering. Be right back. What do you do, Dad?
So that's it was a lot of work, and like you said, Leah, yeah, my back is definitely sore from that. I can imagine yours too, moving the mulch. Mulch is relatively easier than compost, but you probably had a lot more to move than I did. So I can't even tell you how many wheelbarrows I moved back and forth and going here and there. So really small bell peppers that have strong flavor. I've decided the hot peppers and the long shaped milder peppers are much less frustrating to grow. Yeah, the hot peppers grew really well for us. Our Tabasco peppers did amazing last year. Cayenne did really good. What was the other ones? The really hot ones.
Jalapenos?
No.
Serrano.
Yeah, the Serranos. We grew Serranos. Those things did really well. They got like about that long, probably about as thick as my thumb almost in some of them.
They were pretty prolific too.
And they were pretty hot. Like they packed a good punch. Definitely hotter than I thought they were gonna be. Because I like spicy stuff. I like eating spicy foods. I normally chop them up, put them in my tacos, and even soups. Like whenever we were eating soups a lot, I would chop up the Serranos and put them in my soups and eat them with that too.
Man,
it was really good.
During the summer, I will cut up everything we grow, and I will blanch it, and I'll freeze it, and then all winter long, like our whole garden is in our soup. We don't even make soup; we make stew.
Yeah.
Like our soups are so thick.
They're hearty
and full of veggies from the garden, like all winter long. So it's like it's pretty awesome. I'm very thankful. Our garden got us through the winter. That's for sure. We ventured into making salsa, and now that we know how to make salsa, we'll definitely be doing that way more. That's kind of why I'm also planting all of the tomatoes. We're gonna be going to the stars when it comes to planting tomatoes so that we can get a ton of salsa done. We love it.
Tell my neighbor to help herself. So I'm hoping she helps me get it.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's a good problem to have, right? To have too much. But yes, I mean, moving it is always a task. It's very hard, especially when you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
That is a lot of work to move. I've moved plenty of mulch in our backyard.
I'm really thankful we have children able to or wanting to help.
Yeah.
Like my friend's 2 sons, they help us so much. They love it. They enjoy it. They love being outside. They love helping him. So it's exciting.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I tell them if they don't have muscles, they certainly will if they stay around here long enough.
Right.
because I'm all about just working, getting it done, doing it, and continuing to push on. So, but that's exciting though, Leah. Honestly, we were excited for you whenever you commented about that because we tried chip drop. We tried it for a long time, waited and waited and waited and waited. And it was like we didn't even get a notification that we might get one.
I think our biggest problem with chip drop is we live by a few dumps.
Yeah.
So I think that makes a huge difference. I think they're like, the dump is right there. Let me just take it over there. I don't know.
She does too, though. If she lives in Arlington, the Dallas dump.
No, she doesn't live in Arlington, does she?
Who, Leah?
I don't think it's Arlington.
Maybe
it's in Dallas.
Either way, there's a huge dump right there off of 20.
Well, yeah, then maybe not. Maybe it's debunked. I don't know.
Either way, like we tried. We did it anyways. We were like, man, give us logs, give us whatever you got. Like we'll take whatever load you got, and we never got anything.
I'm super happy with it.
Woo-hoo. Awesome.
I'm gonna take a shot at potatoes again.
Yeah.
I think it's just cold. It was cold, and so it's stunting the growth. But I have a ton more seed potatoes, like a ton more. So I'm just going to start putting compost in random places and throwing potatoes on there and seeing what pops up. I don't mind if they're small potatoes. I mean, they won't store as long, but hey, I'm excited. We love potatoes.
Yeah.
Love potatoes.
Yep. Again, they're a good feeler. I mean, I grew up in Arlington.
Oh, yeah, she is in Arlington.
Across town from me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't know why they don't like us. Chip drop just won't come in for us.
Maybe they just don't do it in Kaufman or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. But what I usually do, this is our first time ever buying mulch.
Yeah.
But what I usually do is I'll drive, which is kind of dangerous. But while we're driving, I'll see like a yard service or a tree service, or I'll see trucks with mulch inside, and I'll try to call them, their number.
Yeah.
Or like when I was driving in our neighborhood, there was a little tree truck or mulch or wood chipping, and I just pulled aside and I was like, hey, my house is over there. Can I have some of that?
Yeah.
And they're awesome. They did it. They totally did it.
Because they don't want to have to pay the $20 or $25 to go dump it. So they would just dump it right in our yard. But yeah, and the only reason we're well, not the only reason, but the main reason we're buying it this time is because honestly, it's really cheap where we're getting it from.
And it's cedar mulch.
Yeah, it's
really
100% cedar mulch. Mm-hmm. It's already chopped and stuff like that. The guys just need to pretty much get rid of it. So to try again, I'm convinced
that's what got me mine so fast.
Maybe so.
That makes sense.
I mean, we might be able to put it back on the list. We'll see, and see if we get it. But yeah, we were on there for probably almost a year.
A while, yeah. Well, and I just kept going back on, and
yeah, and we kept adjusting it, and
yes, but where's the garlic bread that I would like?
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to. I really want to hold a bunny, but she's supposed to be bringing us garlic bread. So I was like, I don't want to hold the bunny and then eat a piece of garlic bread. So then she forgot my bread. So I'm like,
these children.
I
know. But yeah, it's that's exciting though. Hopefully, I mean, we'll put it back on there and see if we'll get something.
We should try. Well, no, we're getting 16 yards of mulch. That would be the day.
That would be the day.
The day that we get 16 yards of mulch delivered, that will be the day Chip Drop is like, hey, I'm down the street.
Yeah, I got another 16 yards for you.
A dump truck load of mulch.
And then I'll be sitting here with like 32 yards of mulch.
Our whole yard would be mulch. Everywhere but where the tractors are. So we can keep that grass. Oh my word, that'd be crazy. We definitely need some right here.
Yeah,
this all gets muddy.
Yeah, it's all dirt right
Our
there.
dog is a hound, German Shepherd, so she'll run circles around our yard. So we have spots that are really just, I was going to say dirty, that are just paths of dirt. So we're probably going to take all those paths and just put a bunch of mulch there because it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
We appreciate that, honestly. Our watch hours are definitely climbing,
I like watching our videos and seeing how far we've come video-wise. It's so crazy.
Yeah,
like
editing and everything.
Editing and all that stuff, the quality. I mean, we're not the best quality, but I mean, like, from where we started, I mean, we've gotten a lot better. So it's exciting seeing that.
Yeah.
I kind of think of these as like home movies too.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
We can go back and watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that we did this weekend.
Nelly, come here. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
There's like fur. Why is there fur on this bread?
Fuzz.
Or fuzz.
Maybe from your shirt.
What? What shirt?
The shirt that you have on.
No, Nelly, you handed it that way.
Yeah, you handed me with little fuzz on the bread.
I don't have fuzz in my hand.
Go look around the kitchen and see what you did.
Anyway, so but yeah, our next video that we got coming is, if you've seen a lot of our videos, we have a tunnel trellis system that is right when you walk into our garden. And I actually just this past weekend I ended up making another one in our garden on like a back side of it, that we had a big open area. So I actually put another one of those in this weekend, and I already edited the video and everything, and I'll probably be releasing it this coming week. But that was another project that we did over the weekend, was trying to get that tunnel trellis going for, like she said, our tomatoes, because she does a lot of trellising because we have limited space. So we try to use vertical space as much as possible to go up. So a lot of our things are grown on trellises. A lot of our things are grown up and around because it's so important for you to use the space that you have and allowing it to produce as much as you can, especially with us. I measured it out a few weeks ago, and I think we have 2,000 square feet is what our garden space is, 2,200, somewhere around there. So we don't have much gardening space, so we try to trellis as much as we can, whether it's our cucumbers, our squash, our tromboncino squash, the tomatoes now, and other things that we trellis. So I'll be doing that video or releasing that video this week sometime. But it's been amazing. We love trellising. I love watching it trellis. And also it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous watching the vines and everything like completely encompass the tunnel, and you can like walk through it. You can pick your produce from it. You're not trying to get stuff off the ground. It saves from the pests and everything from it. So it's very important to do that. So that was another project we did this weekend, was building the tunnel trellis system that we use, which consists of just T-posts and cattle panels. So it's very simple, very easy build, and it works great. I mean, we've had one for about 2 years now, and it's done phenomenal for us. So what about y'all? I mean, what's something y'all did this weekend? I know, Leah, you did nothing but move mulch in your yard and stuff, but I mean, other than that, what else did y'all do? What do y'all have plans coming up? Today's a beautiful day. You know, you could be out probably doing stuff instead of watching us, but I don't want you to leave. So I like the trellis too. I agree. They really add beauty to the garden as well as space. Yes, they do. Like I said, we try to save as much space as we can with the trellises, because I don't want to be having squash taking up half our garden because we love squash, so we like to grow it. So we do trellis it and we go up with it. So it's very important to do that. Had a premiere today.
Oh, you did?
We'll probably go back and watch that. I think we missed it. Like she said, we had church today. We were in church until about 12:30, and then we came home, just relaxed around the house and drank some coffee and just kind of did nothing. We like to do that most Sundays because, like we say, Saturdays is normally our big work day, and we try to do stuff. She over here hiding like you can't know that she's stuffing her face right now. But we'll go back and watch that, Michael. That premiere. So now she's got to wait to chew.
Woo! Yeah, my daughter, she grabbed a piece of the garlic bread with an oven mitt. And so it had little fuzzies on it. And I guess because we're outside, I could see it really good. I was like, oh my word. I'm like, if you're going to serve food, you got to get it together. My word. My goodness.
It's windy here. We keep getting like major gusts of wind.
See, that's the scary part too, because we think about the cold when we transplant plants. And sometimes it's the wind. Like, the last thing you want is to transplant some stringy little tomatoes on a really windy day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd be so upset. I think I have done that before, actually. And some of my tomato plants did not make it very well. She had a piece of that fuzzy garlic bread. Now she's begging.
Oh, no.
No, Daisy. No.
But.
So, yeah, that's I don't know. It's hard with when you start plants inside, too. Because it's like they get so spoiled inside. And then you take them outside and you're just like praying, like, please survive for me. Please get strong enough. Please.
Make it.
Yeah, make it. I repotted our tomatoes yesterday, or day before yesterday. I don't know. I think it was yesterday. And I had buried them pretty far down. So I'm hoping that it's going to be an easy transition when we take them outside. We shall see.
Yeah. We haven't tried doing the whole put the fan up and blow it on it. And stuff like that.
Oh, they had snow.
What?
Oh, he had snow Friday. That's crazy. I
Might
can't
get to
imagine.
70. Yeah, we're supposed to be 70s all week, like at least majority of the week.
I think it's like
believe.
high 60s, 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be really nice.
No, go, Daisy.
There. So yeah, we're supposed to have really nice weather from what I can see.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put that in the dishwasher. Put it sideways so you don't mess up the.
Yeah, we're expecting some rain
Propeller
too.
thing.
If I remember correctly, when that front comes in,
Mm-hmm.
we're supposed to be getting some type of rain.
You're
I
back.
think this week. All right, she's leaving me again. I don't do well by myself. But yeah, our weather here is, like I said, this week is supposed to be really nice. I'm really hoping it doesn't get below freezing again. I hope it stays pretty consistent for us here. I'm excited about it. But yeah, no, I hope that was the last blast of winter for you. Yeah, Michael, I do too. Like, really, I know how annoying that is. I couldn't even imagine being further north, trying to garden like that. I mean, you would definitely have to have like polytunnels and stuff. Like, I bet you it's very difficult. We follow Yogi Hollow Farms, and she's pretty up north and does a lot of gardening, but she does like hydroponic gardening. So a lot of her gardening is done inside because of the cold and because of everything that goes on there. So thankfully we have a good growing season. We have a very long growing season here. So I'm definitely thankful for that. The only thing we struggle with, of course, is the heat, the dryness. If we don't get a lot of rain, that's a major struggle that we face. But the cold, I feel like, and snow is totally different. So after Derby, yeah.
They say here, as soon as Resurrection Sunday hits, you are completely in the clear. But Texans are impatient.
Yeah.
I mean, we we like our long growing season, and sometimes we try to force it. I mean, it is what it is. So I don't know. We'll see. It's a project list. I know that's right.
Yes.
We have so many lists. It's okay. This pretty girl, she's leaving soon. Next weekend.
Yep.
So I'm just loving on her before she goes.
Yeah, project list, especially outdoor projects, is quite a bit. Talking about the Kentucky Derby. Yeah. When is that? I can't. I know it. I mean,
I have no idea.
I know it's in a good time because everyone always talks about the hats and stuff. I know it's beautiful weather during that, but I have no idea exactly when the Kentucky Derby is. But I lost my train of thought now.
Oh my goodness, guys, it's been a day.
It has been.
It's been a day. Church was awesome. I'm telling you, we just got home and got lazy. Honestly, it's that spring forward. I'm sure that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
We lost that hour of sleep.
Yeah.
I felt like that hour made a big impact in what was going on with me.
Not gonna lie, I'm gonna push it to if the 14-day forecast look good, I'll be planting next weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking more next weekend.
Yeah, that's kind of how, because I'd rather play it safe and, like you said, be able to see that 14 weeks or the 14 days out and be able to make sure that it's not going to be anything crazy. Because the last thing I would do is want to plan it out, and then that hard freeze does hit unexpectedly, and then all of our hard work, just because we were impatient, all of our hard work just went to waste, and then we're just sitting there upset and mad at ourselves.
That has happened to me before. Oh my word, that has happened to me before where I had to replant everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had to replant everything. I was so frustrated. I ended up having to buy seedlings. And that's hard when you spend so much time growing from seed and then you realize you messed up by putting things out there and you have to rebuy. Oh, that's really hard.
Yep.
I actually really like YouTube because we can kind of follow a lot of you guys and kind of see where everybody's mind is as far as like gardening. I try to follow a lot of Texas gardeners to kind of see what everyone is doing and how they're doing it. It's so helpful to have that kind of community when it comes to that. What are you looking at?
Mm.
He's silly. Oh, were you chewing? Was that why you turned?
I was making sure that the tunnel or the telescope thing didn't fall when Shadow was up there last time.
Oh. Our cat likes to hide in here. He'll go on the top of the shed, like inside on the little things that he built for storage, and we'll forget he's in here. Or we won't know he's in here, so we'll close the shed, and then the next day we open the shed and he's running out. Now our shed kind of smells like pee a little bit because I think he peed in here because we left him in here.
Yeah, I locked him inside. I think it was like probably almost a full day. He was locked in here because he climbs up in the rafters and stays up there. So.
Yeah, we weren't cat people until we became cat people. Until this Shadow and Lily actually came as kittens, and then they just kind of stayed around. We fixed them both, and Shadow lives in our yard, and Lily lives inside outside. She was fully inside, but then she got tired of us, I guess. Now she just comes outside to play, and she'll come back inside.
Yeah.
It's amazing how you start one animal, and then they all just start coming. You just start accumulating animals.
Yeah.
Hi, Joey.
But,
oh, you're getting happy now.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm about to jump around.
Yeah, it's difficult because, like she said, I'm still not 100% on cats. I don't mind them. Like, if they're there, whatever, like, let them be. But,
yeah.
I think after these, I don't know if I'd let another house cat be in the house.
Yeah, I don't know about the house cat. We'll see. Although we have a lot of time with Lily now. It's not like she's leaving anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Found her yet. Check out North Texas vegetable. Yeah. I actually follow her. She has that huge tunnel. Oh, that greenhouse. One day.
Oh, it's her friend.
Oh, that's your friend?
Well, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Small world, I guess.
Very small world.
Beautiful stuff. She does cooking and canning videos.
How do you know it's her friend?
She says it. It's my friend Jill's channel.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I follow her. She's awesome. I really want a greenhouse one day that big. That tunnel, that's beautiful.
Polytunnel will take half our yard.
Well, I don't think we're going to be here forever.
I don't think so.
One day we'll get more property. And once we do, that'll be one of the first things we do.
Yeah.
If we were to do anything different now, it's just getting the ducks. Like I said, I really want the Muscovies. I want the duck eggs, like really bad.
Yeah.
And my friend said that she can cook duck. So I would love for her to cook some duck. Carry more disease than any wild animal. Yeah.
I agree.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
That's why I'm not
the reason why we
fan.
kept the 2 kittens, after we got their shots, we got them fixed and all that stuff, is because they kept the snakes and the mice away.
Yeah.
We had really, really bad rat snakes. Like, really bad. They were like 6-foot snakes always in our chicken coop.
Wow.
It was wild. So ever since we've had cats coming around, they have completely gone. I have not seen a rat snake in 3 years.
Yep.
And we were getting them a lot.
Yeah.
We keep wire on our garden beds until our plants get big, because they don't mess with our garden beds once our plants are bigger. And we compact garden, so they don't even touch. I mean, there's no room for them to dig in the good compost.
Yeah.
After our plants have grown.
Yeah. Snakes are evil.
We had. I
Those
cannot
stinking
even
serpents.
tell you. They were huge.
They were at least 6 foot long, because I
They
remember
were
I held them
insane.
up and they were as long as I was, and that was after I chopped the heads
They
off
were
of
getting
them.
in our chicken coops. Oh my goodness! And then our chickens wouldn't lay forever. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, they were probably like that big around. They were huge.
Ever since the cats came around, we have not had one.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, thank you. Could just imagine me or the children going in the coop to get some eggs and these huge 6-foot rat snakes. I was like, what in the world? It was crazy.
That was. I remember having to come home and get them out. That
Yeah.
was not a fun. I mean, whatever. It wasn't a fun adventure. I know that much. That would have been a good. If we were YouTubing at the time, that would have been a good video. But we weren't thinking of that.
We weren't YouTubing. That was
No.
3 years ago.
Yeah, that was before you even did your pre-YouTube videos.
That was before we did Back to Eden method.
Yeah, actually, that was
was
just
when-
straight raised beds.
Which our raised beds were beautiful. We had 3 raised beds, really lush green grass.
Yep.
But that was when we were cutting, well, I say we are one, that's what the Bible says. But he was cutting the grass, like, constantly.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Hey, Prep for Eternity.
Hey! I think that's one part of Back to Eden method we really like is no more cutting the grass over there. We
Yes.
literally want to get to a point where we transform our entire yard with Back to Eden method, except for the part where we need the grass, where we have the chickens and where we have the rabbits.
Yeah.
So we'd probably, I don't know how much square footage that would be.
What?
That
Over
area
there?
over there.
Probably almost 3,000 square feet.
So yeah, probably like 3. So our whole yard would be BTE except the 3,000 square foot where we have our chickens and rabbits. Because like I said,
More
we
than
do tractors. So you said what?
It might be more than that. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's just a rough estimate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be a lot. And yeah, I agree. I mean, it definitely cuts down on cutting, which right now, the way our yard's looking anyways, I don't really have to cut much because it's mostly dirt from
Right.
the kids playing and stuff. So I just got to worry about the front yard. And then eventually the front yard is going to be transformed into one side an orchard, and the other side is just going to be like a wildflower bed as well. And she wants to do kind of like a butterfly garden on that front side over here. So
Well, I am a huge fan of European cottage gardens.
yeah,
If I had my way, literally, probably 80% of our yard would be a cottage style garden with a path of like stone path, brick path, or something. And I would probably label every single plant with a really cute label system, sign system. I would have maybe a gazebo. That is like that's my dream. I would love that.
Yeah.
Like I literally had considered like in my mind, because I have a lot of thoughts. I've considered the front yard because we have a big front yard. I've considered like having a whole cottage style in the front yard before we thought of the orchard. I was gonna put a path where like people could walk through our front yard and see all the flowers and the labels, and they could sit down. I was gonna turn our front yard
do that on this side.
into a visitor center. Like I don't know. We could do that.
Good. We already got the willow tree there.
Yeah. So we'll see. I have a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas.
Yeah, and honestly, Prep for Eternity, we deal with ants here too. In North Texas, we do have ants, so we do have an issue with ants sometimes. In the
Sometimes.
Back to Eden method.
I shovel them out.
Yeah.
I literally shovel the ants into a different area. Or I'll put diatomaceous earth.
You're seeing if we had some?
Yeah, I was like, I know it's there. I had to try to trigger my memory. Yeah, I put that on them. But you know what? They haven't been a huge issue. We
No.
do have them.
Yeah, just in certain spots they'll kind of pop up, but
Yeah, we don't have a huge problem with them where our produce is.
correct, yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of mulch spots where there have been piles of ants,
Yeah.
but it's been nothing concerning.
Yeah. Yeah. The funny thing is, I felt like we dealt with ants more when I was trying to eradicate them out of our yard than when I just stopped messing with them, and now it seems like they don't even bother us anymore.
So, Leah, that's exactly part of the reason why I want to go to your home. I want to see your house so bad. I would I'm going to be taking pictures of your garden, and I'm going to take all the tips that I can take because that is like my dream. I think it's so cool that you bought a home
Yeah.
with all of that already there. I mean, people pay good money for
Oh,
those
yeah.
flowers and
Yep.
all that stuff. Oh my goodness, that's like my dream.
Yeah, there's a house that I drive by on my way home, or not on my way home, but on my way to work in Mesquite, and it has one half of their yard. I think it's like their side yard. It has like a nice black iron fence, 3-foot fence, and everything. They have one of those signs up that's this is a monarch butterfly sanctuary. And man, that whole side of the yard is so beautiful, man. They have so many beds, and it's done so nice and everything. And I look at that, I'm like, man, that's gorgeous. Like, that's goals right there to have in our front yard. Like,
You can literally get your yard, which you should look into this, Leah. You can get your yard designated for monarch.
Monarchs,
Like, you
yep.
can go on some type of website. I don't even know, but I've seen it where people like go in and they get a sign that they get sent to their house, and if they have so many wildflowers or so many host plants for butterflies, the city would make their garden or whatever a designated spot for butterflies.
Yep.
So like, and when you do that, I'm pretty sure that whoever is in the area cannot spray a certain distance from your garden.
yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to look further into that. Maybe we can make a video on that when I get all the details. But the only reason I know is because there's a lady on our gardening group who got that for her garden. But I
know who you're talking about. We picked up starts from her one year, right?
Yes, it's an older lady. She's retired and her husband's retired, and they have tremendous amount of wildflowers, and it's just beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful, stunning
Yeah.
in their front yard and in their backyard. So,
Yeah, I would definitely look into it. She's like, I have tons of butterflies and bees.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I would definitely do it. I mean, to me that's awesome. Like,
me too.
the sign we seen here was pretty cool, and then the one the one in Mesquite, it was like a legit, like almost cast iron black sign with like yellow or white, right? I mean, it was really nice and elegantly done. I don't know if they paid for that one because it was more elaborate or not, but it was pretty cool, and it really caught my eye because I was like, wow, that's interesting. So every time I drove by, I noticed it was just a really beautiful landscape.
What is that place we went to with my friend Amanda? It was like Butterfly Garden or something. Where was that at? You remember what I was talking about? Where we walked through that tunnel of mesh and it had all the butterflies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, we went to this place.
I can't remember.
Is it like in Rowlett? I don't even know.
I think it was.
We went to this place and it had the whole area, it was like a nature preserve. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
It was
it started with an H.
Nature
like
preserve
Henry
or something.
Or something.
Yeah, I will also hopefully get that written on maybe my community tab when we figure it out.
Yeah.
But you can actually go on my Facebook real quick and just click that button, and then I have an album on it because I really want to let you know, because it's like it's a park thing about wildlife, and you walk through the path, and then they have like a big netting where they save the butterflies, where they hatch them out and have all their host plants, and you're walking through and all the butterflies are everywhere. It's so cool. And then they release them after they hatch or something. I don't even know. I have to look more. That was a little while ago. We need to go again. It wasn't that expensive either. And if you get those Dallas coupon books, it's one of the things that are on there.
Heard Natural Science? Is that what it is?
Is that what it was? Yeah, click it. Heard, Heard, Nature Science Museum.
Yep.
Heard Nature Science Museum. You need to go. It was so cool. Like, we really, really enjoyed it. It's a small little museum, but it was worth it.
I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of like the entrance of it. It's got a glare, but that's the entrance of it there, where you can go into. But it was really cool.
Now you just click again. Double, it didn't get it. Yeah.
So, definitely really cool, really interesting thing to look into, because that's what it is. It's just a huge, it looked like a polytunnel, but like she said, it was just netting. It was like a shade fabric wrapped all around it.
Kinda, yeah.
And you walked into one and the door closed behind you and you walk into the actual tunnel, and that's all it was just butterflies, like literally flying all around. And they had a box on the wall where they would go in and they would, cocoon and everything in there, and that's where they would create the butterflies. And that's
my scene. Like, that is my scene. I know a lot of people garden in different ways. I know some people who do the market gardening more kind of thing, where everything is so neatly in the rows, and which is absolutely beautiful, stunning. They get so much like, our garden could, we could produce probably 5 times more than what we do if we did it in that kind of way. But I much rather just stick things all over the place. That's just the way my mind works, and I enjoy that. That brings me joy.
Yeah.
So that I just love that. That's just me. I prefer that.
Yeah. So definitely look into it. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was in Rowlett or somewhere around there.
Well,
but it was.
Since you have the name, you can probably Google it now.
Yeah, it was amazing. Because it wasn't just that too. It actually had another section that was like it's shown you like the houses that they used to live in whenever the pioneers moved here. So it was like a really tiny house with like.
You got to go inside them. It was really cool.
It was really cool. So it was really interesting. A really good thing for kids. If you got kids, if not, it's a good interesting thing for me. I was very intrigued.
That's gonna be me when we're like, if the Lord hasn't come back yet, and we're like, I don't know, when our kids are out of the house, that's what I'm doing. As soon as they get out the house, which I love them dearly, and I'm not trying to kick them out, but I'm gonna be trying to go to like all these little places. Like, why not? Like my dad, he does that. He's retired now, so they make it a thing to spend their money a little bit and go travel a little bit. Thankfully, we're kind of in an area where I know a lot of 4-H and like friends that enjoy taking care of animals. So if we go for like a weekend or so, I have people who would love to take care of our animals. We don't have a load, but it's pretty cool to know people and have people willing to help you. I think that's really important in fellowship, like giving people time to themselves and offering your help.
Yeah, I agree. If we knew someone who was going out of town and needed us to go look after their bunnies or something, I would definitely do that for them.
She is so chill.
She is. She's just hanging out.
I know.
Or he? Is it a she?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we ever looked. I don't know.
We never looked.
We never did.
We didn't look at her. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a girl because I didn't even check.
Yeah.
The person picking this bunny up on Sunday I haven't even told them if it's a girl or boy. They wanted it as a pet.
Yeah.
So when this bunny was little, it got smushed by its mom. Its foot got smushed. So it walks kind of half like wobbly.
Yeah.
And I told her that, but she's always wanted this rabbit. She's like, I don't care if she walks like that she's just a sweet rabbit, and I'm so excited that somebody still wants her, even though her little leg got crushed just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And this bunny still walks and runs and hops all over the place. So.
Yep. So, definitely, again, just a lot. Seems like a lot going on this weekend. for us, anyways.
Well, we've just been busy.
Yeah.
I feel like the weekend goes too fast. I feel like we're supposed to have 3 days.
I agree.
2 days ain't enough.
I think we should do that. I think nationally we should all just begin to vote on a 4-day work week instead of a 5-day. I mean, if you're all in favor, say aye, hit the thumbs up, do something, because I think that'd be great. Or at least shorten our work days. I think, honestly, I think 40 hours is more than enough. It's so sad that people have to work 60, 70 hours a week, to survive and to live and to feel like they're doing stuff. So it has a swagger. But even me, I work part-time now, and then, of course I'm pastor of a church. So me and my wife, we work in ministry a lot. But it's still a lot. Like, I realize that balancing all of that and doing everything is so much. Count me in. It's so much, It would be nice if families could actually be families again. If people were able to live off the land a little more and be able to spend time as a family and grow together as a family. It's important for a father or a dad to be there with their children and to grow in that. And same with their mom. We need each other to begin to work on that.
And stay on this time.
Yes, I agree. Time change is definitely a old thing. It should be done away with.
Should be an old wives' tale.
Yeah, it should be done away with. Like,
I know
with technology nowadays, farmers they don't need that extra hour. They have so much stuff going for them, and
right.
I'm not against. I love farmers. I think they're awesome, man. But
then we're obviously not against farmers.
But I totally agree. Like, I think time change should have been done away with.
Right.
The sad thing in Texas, I think they voted on it a couple years ago, and it got voted down. Like, more people voted to keep it than to do away with it.
We're in North Texas. We're like 45 minutes out of Dallas.
Yeah, to the east of Dallas. Came across y'all's channel, but love y'all. Our faith base. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate
sweet.
that.
We love you.
My wife's just a loving person.
That was sweet.
She never meets a stranger, and she loves everyone.
Well, that's good.
But that's awesome. But yeah, so the time change always got me too. I never understood it. Leave the time alone, but I like this one better.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm ready for warm weather.
Central Texas, 30 minutes north of Austin.
Oh, okay.
That's
Cool.
not too bad then.
You know what? We went to Fredericksburg. That's like north of Austin, right? Fredericksburg?
I think so.
We went to Fredericksburg last year, and we had so much fun.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I've ever, well, not the first time. Well, one of the very few times I ventured South Texas is when we went there. It was awesome. Their peaches were so good. That's one thing we want to add to our front yard orchard is peaches. I want at least one tree. Which, do you need two?
I think you can get self-pollinating, but I would prefer to have two because we like peaches enough.
We're looking at 2 persimmon, 2 peaches, 2 apples, right?
No, we already have an apple. So 2
One
peaches,
apple.
2 persimmons, an apple, and 2 plums.
Yes. That's what we're looking at doing. We love fruit, and if we can do that, I'm totally down.
Yeah. Little Alaskan home place. Work 2 weeks remotely, but I have 2 weeks home, so like a mini vacation every time home. Yeah, that's got to be kind of hard though. Like, I understand the transition and everything. I understand that. I was in, may not the same, but I was in the military for 4 years, so I understand the whole working away from family and being with them and being able to come home to that is a good thing. So at least you get the 2 weeks with them. That's a blessing to spend time with your family. But I definitely agree. That's definitely got to be a transition there.
Oh yeah, for sure. The little Alaskan home place. Man, Alaska.
How's the 30 days of night there? Or are you not in that portion? Because I think some of them get it and some of it don't, depending on where you are in Alaska.
I don't know.
I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me, please. But
We
Alaska
want-
has always intrigued me.
Well, we want to do. There's a lot of things we want to do, but that may never happen. But that's okay. I'm okay with that because we could always live and just be like, we want to do this maybe one day, and I'll be content.
It's okay to have a
If
dream.
we don't, yeah, it's fine. But it'd be cool if we took an Alaskan cruise.
Yeah.
Because that's just cool to me.
I love Alaska.
I wanna see
beautiful
whales.
country up there.
I want to see whales and all that area has to offer.
Yeah, I definitely would. I think it'd be cool to see all the beautiful sights and sounds that
Okay,
are
you
up
can
there.
go ahead and do it.
I've
Wait,
watched
clean
a
that
lot
kitchen
of
first. Yeah, it looks gross.
I've watched a lot of documentation and stuff in it, but it's pretty cool.
I'm in North Pole. It's north. It's way more dark than 30 days. No, wait, really? I need to go. What? I need
North
to go
Pole.
watch your videos.
Way more dark than 30 days.
Wow.
Man, I how do you deal with that? Like I don't know how you were able to know when is day and when is night. Like does your body mess up? Does it mess up
That's
with
fine.
your mind? I don't know. I feel like that'd be hard not having any sun.
Well, unless you're used to it.
Well, I know, but that's what I mean, like the adjustment period.
I bet
feel like.
you probably take vitamins, don't you? That's what I would assume. You'd probably take more vitamin D.
Yeah, and then
stuff
I think there's
to try to
even
balance you out.
I think there's even days where they get no night, where it's just the sun kind of goes on the horizon and then it comes right back up type of thing.
I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to us about this, or do you have a video on this? Because we're interested.
Yeah.
Tiny town in Alaska I want to visit called Chicken.
The website is the best.
They have 20 plus hours of light.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought. I thought your days were pretty long.
Yeah.
Alaska's
That's cool.
It is, but I hear in the summertime Alaska's not too bad.
Too cold for me.
I think in some parts of Alaska anyways, like Anchorage, and some of the other more domesticated part, I guess, it actually gets pretty warm in Alaska from what I've heard. And like I said, I've watched
Well, I watch homesteaders
yeah,
in Alaska, so that it's enough to grow some stuff. That's
Yeah.
for sure. So
yeah.
that's cool.
And like I said, Alaska's interested me, so I've done a lot of research and not documentation, but I've watched a lot of
Documentation.
I've watched a lot of documentaries about that. And I watched someone who did like off-roading up in Alaska. That's what they were doing. They did a bunch of huge off-roading up the tundra and all that stuff, and it was really interesting.
So we're professionals on Alaska.
I'm nowhere near a professional, but I know that I would like to go. And you know what, Leah? We will go to Chicken. I think that would be cool. As long as they serve me
Now
some
I'm
chicken.
curious. As soon as we get off this live, I'm going to Google Chicken Alaska just so I can see this website that you're telling us about.
Gets 80s for 3 weeks, but then back down around 70s for a bit. Yeah,
Oh,
see,
that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all.
I could live with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't live with the cold
I
after
don't know
that.
why I was expecting like, I don't know, 30s all year except for like gardening season.
What's
I don't
gardening
know.
season?
I don't know, 3 months? I don't know. I don't know why I thought Alaska was so cold all the time.
Chicken is east of me a ways.
Oh, cool.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's so interesting. Like, very interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
One day, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if the Lord allows
Felix!
it, and if
No.
God opens that door up for us to be able to go up there, then I will gladly take a week vacation and go, and just spend time up there. Because we've looked at the cruises, and the cruise I want to take is like a 14-day one. So,
5 foot of snow on the ground. What?
well,
No.
my head will be above it. I'll be good. I'll be good.
Yeah, right. I'd be like, don't even-
Or your forehead.
it'd be like my forehead. That'd
Yeah.
be terrible.
That would be terrible.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
5 foot of snow.
Yeah. Do y'all grow there? Do you garden or anything like that there? That's a very interesting thing. And how's well blubber? I hear it's really good.
Do they eat that?
Yeah. I had a friend that he was in the army and he was stationed in
Well,
Alaska
I'm looking
for
at
a
your
while.
page right now. So yeah, he grows starting seed soil,
Nice.
rabbit protein. Everybody hit his page up and subscribe just because this is just cool to me.
Ice fishing.
Nice.
I've always wanted to go ice fishing.
No, see, ice fishing scares me. And the reason why I don't like the fact that you are standing on ice. That scares me.
5'1".
You're only 5'1". Your ponytail.
Yeah, just enough.
That's so funny. That is crazy to think about, though.
It really is. Like I've seen snow drifts that were pretty deep, but nothing like that, like at all.
No, the most snow I've ever seen is maybe 3 foot. Haha, same.
Because of long summer days, it makes up the short summers we have. Oh, that's
so
cool.
you probably start a lot inside, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How long, so when you say short summers, how long is that roughly? Because I'm curious.
2 months, 3 months.
Well,
2
it has to be
days,
long
3
enough
weeks.
to get something, I'm sure.
So probably like 4 months.
And did you grow up in Alaska, or did you just think, I'm going to move to North Pole, Alaska?
I didn't even know there was a North Pole, Alaska.
Me either.
I know there's a North Pole, but I didn't know
think-
there was an actual town called North
I
Pole.
would never be the one to just wake up and be like, we're going to Alaska. But
Yeah.
I do want to go to Montana. What got y'all started in gardening? And I'm assuming homesteading. Again, I'm new to your channel, so I haven't watched many. Oh, okay. So, we wanted to grow our own food. No, really.
Short and simple. There you go.
We did. We got married. We had he had 2 daughters. I had 1 daughter. We were in a studio apartment,
Yeah.
and then we moved into a shed. Legit
It was
shed.
not a shed. It was this. What we're in is a shed. It did not look like this.
How big was the okay? All right.
It
What
was-
is it called then?
I don't. It was like a shop, like an outside shop, because it
Okay.
actually had finished walls. It wasn't like this.
Okay.
Simple enough.
Okay, a shop.
But it was probably like maybe 1,000 square feet at best.
What? Y'all measured it was 500 square foot.
The living room, but that wouldn't count in the bedroom.
Okay, tiny little shed.
It was
sweet
small.
thing that they built. My dad helped with electric. His uncle helped with building the walls. He did the plumbing.
Yeah.
I mean, completely transformed this building that was on his family's property.
Yep.
And so it was our 3 girls and us. And that's kind of when I was like, well, I was already gardening in containers like a year before that. I was just learning. So I was like, we have this property, we can help them with a garden. So we started a garden. But we weren't there long. We were like, we'll stay here a year to save money.
Yeah.
He
Pay off
was,
debt, all
yeah,
that.
he was working until like, I don't know, 8 to 9 o'clock at night, going to work at 7 in the morning. So we saved enough money and we ended up getting our house. So when we bought our house, we knew immediately we had
It's his and I can't
My
go
son.
to football.
Okay, you can play with
we
it.
had our son
You
too.
understand me?
So we particularly got this house mostly because of the yard. We just knew we were going to get a garden going. And mostly because we wanted to grow our own food. I like organic food. I was always trying to eat better, live better. So I was like, maybe we can grow this. Instead of going to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, let's just grow organic food. So that's kind of where that came from. And our first thing we did was grow chickens. I mean, get chickens.
We do that all the time.
Oh
we
my gosh.
grew chickens.
We always say that. I don't know why. But we got chickens, and then we started our garden, and then we kind of the first year we gardened, it was like 3 raised beds, just very proper and modern way of gardening, conventional. And then after that first year, we started looking into the back to Eden method, which is no dig, no till, hugelculture, permaculture. All that is in the same realm of things.
Just different words for
Different
same
words, same stuff. You're just trying to add to the soil. Your soil is getting lots of organisms and fungi and building, and then we started growing that way. And we started think we started doing a lot better. Like, this method has gotten a lot better for us, doing it this way. Now every year we just add some compost and add some mulch, and we get lots of produce.
Yep. He said he was born in Alabama and just got tired of everything, so they packed up and left. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Like, that's a move from Alabama to Alaska.
Michael works 52 hours this week.
Yeah. That's where I was. Whenever I was out working, no lie, I would almost hit 80 hours some weeks on a Monday through Saturday. I was working 10, 12-hour days. It was a lot of work.
Little Alaskan home place. So what did your wife and children think of that transition? Like, how long did it take you to fully just, like, understand? Yeah, to convince them, too. Like, we're moving to Alaska.
I guess more your wife than your children, but, I mean, how would you... I don't know. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's impressive. Like, that is... I couldn't do that. I mean, unless the Lord was just like, move to Alaska.
Yeah. I would have to wake up and it'd be written on the whiteboard in our room.
Seriously, like,
saying, you will move to Alaska, signed Jesus Christ, you know?
Yeah, but now that we know someone from Alaska, maybe one day. Wow, we are in Alabama. Yeah. Oh, so you are in Alabama. Okay, yep. Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been we go to Alabama probably once a year or once every 2 years, right? To pick up the girls.
We used to go a lot, but we fly more now. But we used to stop. We used to meet in Birmingham.
Yeah. Yeah. Writing on the wall for sure.
It would have to be just straight, plain and simple.
Right.
And I'd have to look at my wife and be like, babe, do you see this too? Did you write this? Because I didn't.
I don't know. You know? I can't see it. I don't know.
Trying to wipe it off. Yeah, that would definitely be something. I mean, that's a major move.
Yeah, that is.
Kudos,
major.
though. I mean, honestly, for doing that.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, you're ice fishing now.
Yeah.
Like, you would have never thought that. One day you would just be ice fishing. A boy from Alabama. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Like, and that's the beautiful thing.
1 hour from us. Nice. Hello, Abby. How are you?
But yeah, even with us, like, our transition was pretty drastic too. I mean, she was born in Brooklyn, raised in New Jersey, came here to Texas when she was like in high school, and all of that.
Moved to Hawaii, then moved to Washington State, then I came to Texas. So I got a taste of a few places. Thank God my wife was in the same mindset. Nice.
I would look for gold. But that's good, Abby. I'm glad you're doing good. We are doing well as also enjoying this beautiful weather that we're having right now. It's like 50s, I think, mid-50s. It is beautiful outside.
Kind of cold. Well, getting a little cold. That's why I couldn't live in Alaska. I'm over here. I was like, I should have worn my big coat.
But that's awesome that your wife was in the same mindset. And like I said, that's the beautiful thing even with us transitioning into what we're doing now and everything. We both kind of began to transition into it, began to work into it, and we were both very supportive of each other's ideas. Mm-hmm. She's actually the one that I think began to talk about the rabbits and getting bunnies and stuff for us. And I was all for it. I'm like, hey, you know what? If we can raise our own, make some money and stuff.
He works at a gold mine. Do you really? Like a gold mine?
What?
Like you mine gold? Like...
Well, not like I mean, I don't know.
Do people still do that?
I don't know. Do you use a pick?
Do you still do that?
You have a light on your helmet too?
Where are these videos? I'm going to your page. That is see. This has become the A Little Alaskan Live because I'm very curious in your life.
He would be one of the ones I'd like to have as a guest on our live if we ever did it sometime.
Let's do it.
We'd have to get like StreamYard or whatever it is, which we need to work on doing that anyways.
Wait, somebody asked me something, but I got distracted. Hold on.
How was Hawaii?
Who asked that?
Prep for Eternity.
Oh, Prep for Eternity. Okay, so Hawaii I lived in Oahu, so Honolulu, and man, It's crowded. Very, very crowded. But it is beautiful. And there's like North Shore, so north of the island, where it's less crowded, less tourists. So I used to go up there a lot. You can go around Hawaii in a day or less. Like, I mean, it's super small. But my problem is I don't like the ocean. Like, I like the ocean, but I don't like to swim. I don't like to do ocean and beach things.
She's not an aquatic person.
Yes, I'm not an aquatic person. So it's hard living in Hawaii and not being an aquatic person. So that's, so it, I mean, I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I was like, get me off this island because I feel like claustrophobic. It was too much.
Which is funny because her family is Puerto Rican, which is an island.
Am I in Puerto Rico? No, not there. That's another thing. I used to go to Puerto Rico with my family, and even then I felt like closed it. But then again, my family, it's like you never got to enjoy Puerto Rico. It's like every day, every hour, we're visiting somebody. That's how Puerto Ricans are. You're like visiting families. Like the way the church is supposed to be, that's how Puerto Ricans are. Except they're not playing church. They're not doing Jesus business. My family wasn't. We were just going house to house to house. So I didn't really get to enjoy Puerto Rico. But like I said, I'm not an aquatic person, so.
Yeah. I have an intro video that I go into more details than I can on here. Yeah, we're definitely going to check out some of your videos for sure. Definitely. It probably is pretty interesting. I mean,
I'm going to be watching that.
Definitely going to be keeping in. That's pretty cool. Like, so interesting. It's amazing the people you connect with on YouTube. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm blown away by stuff like that. I would have never thought we would connect with someone in Alaska. But that's amazing. Like, honestly, I love that mentality to where you feel like God is leading you somewhere and you just go head on full force into
I
it.
said on my way to the... I know. I think that's so cool. Like, who can say I work on a gold mine? Like, that's something somebody says, like, if they're working on nice property.
Not even just working on a gold mine, but you're working on a gold mine in North Pole, Alaska.
That's so cool to me. You're so interesting.
Very, very,
Very
intriguing.
interesting.
Like she said, a country boy from Alabama that moves to North Pole,
What
Alaska to work in a gold mine.
Have your parents gone? I'm so curious. Has any of your family gone to visit you, and like, what are their thoughts? Like, what do they think?
Yeah.
I feel like my dad would never visit me. Like, he'd be like, or he would. He
probably would.
But he wouldn't like it, I don't think. Like,
No, I think your dad would, because I guarantee he would come in the summer months.
Oh, yeah,
and he'd want to go probably hunting.
My mind is still snow.
Yeah,
all year. So, yeah, the summer, yeah, he probably
would.
He'd
come in the summer and he'd want to go hunting. I'm not, but thanks.
Like these things just in case. I'm not what? I don't know.
But yeah, her father, my father-in-law he'd come. And how is that, the hunting there? I think it'd be pretty...
Moose? Do you like hunt moose?
My parents love the scenery.
But the cold, they would... Yeah, mine neither.
Understand.
We had a vacation in Colorado last year. No, that was in 2020.
Yeah, 2 years. Well, a year and a half ago, because it was December when we went.
Yeah. So we had trip in Colorado, and his mom was supposed to come. My dad was supposed to come, and his sister ended up coming. My dad ended up not coming because he was like, it's too cold, too much snow. Because that was the trip. It's like, if we're going to go somewhere, let's go during the winter and experience the cabin with
up in the
snow.
Mountains.
And when I vacation, I'm staying inside. I'm going to look out the window at the snow. I'm going to drink hot chocolate. I'm going to be by the wood-burning stove. I'm completely taking in the fact that I'm somewhere else without going outside.
Yeah, a legit vacation.
That's
from
how I
life.
vacation. And his sister and them were like, let's go here, let's go there. I'm like, no, staying indoors. So I think that's kind of how we vacation, and that's how I want to go to Montana. And if I go to Alaska, that would kind of be it too, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that the biggest rake?
Starting upload.
You need the rake or the hoe?
We're all gonna be on your
You want
page.
both?
Yeah, fine.
All right.
That's so funny.
There you go.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
She's the one that grew that giant butternut squash. You remember the picture I sent you, the big old squash? He doesn't
No.
remember. He doesn't remember much.
Hunting is
yeah, that
great
was
here, especially compared to Bama. 99% of this state is public land, so you can go anywhere. But we hunt moose, caribou, bears, sheep, a lot of stuff.
That is so cool.
That's awesome.
See, that's cool.
That'd be a reason why I go. Like
moose? Moose
Yeah.
will feed your family forever.
Yeah, you get one moose, you're good. I feel like, anyways.
Get one moose and be like, all right, guys, hunting season's over. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's cool though that it's all public land. Like that's pretty cool. And don't you get paid there? I think they get paid
Certain places, probably.
for the oil.
The man works at a gold mine.
Well,
He
no, but
gets
it's
paid.
because Alaska is one of the largest oil producers in the world, I think. Or at least one of the largest oil reservoirs. So I think everyone in Alaska gets paid some type of that.
Can I dig with this shovel?
No digging
No,
right now,
no
baby.
digging. You want to go take out some weeds?
No.
No.
Okay.
Wanna dig?
I like your hat.
Why are you so cute, buddy?
I don't know.
You want to say hi?
Can't even see you.
Who's that?
You got to come over here.
That's us. What do you mean, who is that? Oh, there he is.
He looks just like Daddy, doesn't he?
My youngest wants to go to Alaska.
Okay, go
Hey,
play.
Holland, go play it now. But that's pretty cool.
Okay, there's already a shovel.
That's not a shovel, buddy. That's a hoe.
No, there's another shovel.
What other shovel?
They're just cleaning off
Yeah.
the thing, baby.
Yeah. Go play, Bubby. I love you.
400 to 700 plus pounds of meat.
Yep. Every citizen gets a yearly check. Every family member. He looks just like the hubby. Yeah, he does.
He is literally, yeah. I gave birth to him. I was there. I just don't recall. It's like he looks nothing.
See, they say
like
he
me.
looks like Mama.
Whoo! Thank you, Kim. You know what?
She probably is a mom. That's probably why.
I know. There's this sweet woman in our church. No matter what your child looks like, to her, the child looks like the dad.
Yep.
No matter what. I mean, your child could be identical to you. And she'll be like, look just like his daddy. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's
So funny.
That's crazy. Man, that's so interesting. Like I've never been real big in hunting. That's something I feel like I probably need to get into eventually. But I mean, I know how to shoot. I know how to do all that. I know how to skin, gut, clean animals. I mean, I know how to do all that. I've just never been big into it because in my
Well,
thing
he's
is,
always busy.
yeah.
See, it's not even, I mean, whatever you were going to say, I feel like it's not true. It's just a matter of you're just busy.
Well, my issue is too, I don't want to pay someone to butcher it for me. Like,
yeah.
if I do it, I want to do it myself.
Yeah.
I want to clean it. I want to bring it home and butcher it and do all that myself.
Yeah. See, you know what's funny? They say that about my son, too.
Yes.
They're like, he looks just like his dad. And they're like, oh, but he makes your faces. And I'm like, okay, so he has my attitude. That's what you're saying. You're like, he has my little face. I was like, it's so funny how that works, though. It's so funny. My daughter is starting to look more and more like me. I
Yeah.
can take that now, but she didn't look like me when she was born.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah. So that's my thing too. Like, because I know people who they kill it and they take it to the butcher and which is good. Don't get me wrong. That's great and all that. But if I were to do it, I'd want to have a meat grinder. I'd want to have a place to do it. That way I can actually say that I processed it myself and that I saved that money. Because it'd be much cheaper if I shot the animal, cleaned it, gutted it, butchered it myself, and put it directly in my freezer than spending the few $100 to get someone else to butcher
I
it
feel
for
like
me.
if I had the choice in trying to choose what I want my son to do, I feel like the smartest thing, if he wanted to continue the homesteading, is I would have him probably go into like a butchering processing trade school so he could learn that, because it's so needed. Where we live, there are some butchers and processing places, but they're little ways, some of them, and people are always looking for somebody to process their animals. So I was like, man, we need to put our son in that. If I could choose what he would do. If you clean it yourself, you get the animal you started with. Otherwise, you will never know. Yeah, you never know. You really don't. You know, I never thought about that. That is so true. That'd be some really shady stuff. A meat grinder, yeah. Oh my goodness. We need to get one. We need to get a meat grinder. I watch videos of people grinding meat all the time, and then like mixing meats for like a better content for different things. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. We need to get one. I need to get a KitchenAid, but it's so expensive. Right now we're kind of in, we're trying to save a little bit of money, but we're still in the process of getting things together. So once we get that, that's probably one of the first things I'm going to get is kind of like a KitchenAid. Probably not just that brand, but I don't know. It's so expensive. But a good mixer and a good meat grinder so we can start doing that with our rabbits. Because I would love to do ground rabbit, because we eat a lot of ground meat. So we shall see eventually getting that done. Meat grinder, I never knew what I'm good. Yep. Hi, Dad. I was just talking about you.
Yeah, we were.
I was telling them if I moved to Alaska, you'd probably visit, but it'd be in the summer. It wouldn't be in the winter months. And a guy on here, Little Alaskan
Home place.
He lives in Alaska, and he works in a gold mine, and he hunts moose and caribou and stuff
Bears.
like bears. So cool.
Yeah. But yeah, about the meat processing, that would be so cool, like, to be able to do our own. I think that's so important. And even me, like I said, my uncle, he was always big into hunting, so I've always been around it on his side. Let's go.
Let's go.
My father, he wasn't much of the hunter or anything, so I wasn't around it very much. I just started processing and butchering our own rabbits last year. It was our first year to do it.
I'll get my tickets.
Mine too.
Well, we said we want to take an Alaskan cruise.
Yeah, but I think
that would be cool.
I don't know if you can get it back because you have to fly back.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll take the cruise up there and then we'll rent a car.
Well, we have a friend there now, so we're going to North Pole, Alaska.
You just invited 20 people and you don't know it.
We're all going to come together to Alaska. Hey, we're here.
Hunting trip.
We got to get your name, because I'll be like, where's Little Alaskan Home Place?
He works at the gold mine.
It's so funny.
But yeah, I would love to be able to process our own stuff. I know it's a lot to do, but if I did it, we would only need like one deer, maybe two, to process and be able to put in our freezer, and then we would be good. Or whatever, whether it's the rabbits or whatever it is, the chickens, if we ever get into processing chickens. I think it's a huge thing. And like she said, it's so important because these are trades that not too many people know about and really push anymore.
Salmon.
Oh.
Come on, y'all. My house is small.
Josh. Well, Josh,
do you have a shed?
I can sleep on the floor.
That's cool. Salmon is, oh man.
Salmon is delicious.
That's good.
I love salmon.
Me too.
Cooked and raw.
But you just don't know, like you just don't know what you're buying over here, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't, when you're in Alaska, you're probably for sure where your salmon is coming from. And
Ezra, if you're not using that to garden, don't use it at all. Do you understand me? Stop making holes in my yard. You have a camper. I can sleep in a camper.
yeah. I have a camper. Yeah.
That'll work. But yeah, that's awesome though.
I think that's pretty cool.
So interesting. I
Ain't
never
gonna
thought
work
I'd
long
be in
enough
this in
to
my
go.
life.
I'd have to stay if I went. All right, Michael. All right. You better get a transfer.
Yeah. try to see if you could.
Right. I'm about to go to your page too.
But that's awesome,
See
though.
what's going on over there.
I definitely want to go to Alaska one day. Like I said, even if it's just for a
the
week.
raccoons. Ooh, they really creep me out. I have actually watched quite a few of your raccoon little footage. It's the weirdest thing. I'm one of the people who watch them for some odd reason. I think it's so cool when you catch footage of animals. Like I was watching this video today where this lady, she had a pond in her front yard, and like her camera took snapshots of every animal that would go to the pond. She would have like photos of coyotes, squirrels, dogs, cats,
skunks.
I think that's so cool. I want a pond so bad. Visit me every day and night. That's so crazy.
Man, that is pretty crazy.
Ginormous raccoons that were coming to our we had an oleander tree, huge oleander bush. And we had a huge raccoon in there one time. I was like, look, you need to chop that thing down. It was huge.
Hey, Mariah.
It was like a little bear. It was crazy.
Yeah, or that time we went camping.
Yeah, the kids, they were so excited to go camping, so they threw marshmallows all over the floor to catch the raccoons. We're around the fire, and like a whole family of raccoons just looking at us. And I was like,
for over 2 years.
awkward.
Wildlife that comes to visit him.
Hey, Mariah. Hey. Kentopolis
taste
Homestead. She's in Washington. I'm trying to get her to move to Texas.
I haven't had raccoon. I've heard it is good. I think the only weird meat that I've had, I guess what people call weird, is like squirrel. I've had squirrel, which I don't think I'll ever do it again. It's like a rodent to me. It's not enough meat for me to really mess with. Unless I was like desperate, I guess.
Yeah, if you were desperate. I feel that, okay, so this is going to be really, really gross, and you'll probably judge me after this. But I was watching a video of like people who lived in a village, and they were cooking rats. But these were like, they lived in a village, so these were outdoor rats, wild rats that ate good food. They like put garlic on it and all these seasonings, and they were like roasting it, and it was looking so good. I was like, that looks so good. And they were eating it, and it was like all crunchy. I was like, I guess I could if they were like healthy rats. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
It's 2.5 times bigger than Texas. Yeah. What?
Do you want me to get the,
Say that Alaska is 2.5 times bigger than Texas.
And throw that little thinking away? Get that garbage.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Alaska's huge.
Alaska is huge. And honestly, Kentopolis, the heat's not too bad.
The heat is death.
Yeah,
fire.
You get used to it.
I don't go outside.
Drink just drink water.
In July and August, I go outside in the early morning, water my garden really well, go back inside, and come back out at 6 p.m. Unless we're going somewhere. I will not. It's crazy. It is like fire out here. It's crazy.
You just have to push really hard. Yeah.
Nasty.
Well, I think they're talking they're talking about the possums.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm in Washington where it got 100 last year, and I felt like I was dying. See, we're good. You can make it. You can make it.
I want you to be here, but I'm not going to lie to you either.
I'm not going to lie either. Yeah, it's hot. It gets annoying.
Negative 40? Oh, no. I'm not going.
80 is hot here.
I'm going in the summertime. See you in the summer.
80 is normal here. Yeah, 80 is beautiful to me. Like, I love 80. I'll take 80 all day. But yeah, when it gets up to like 105, that's when, to me, anything over like 110, that's when it's just unbearable.
I've never had a raccoon dig in my garden.
No.
I just saw the raccoon that one time.
Yeah,
that thing looked like he could take me.
Yeah, we don't have very many raccoons here
huge.
from what I know. I've seen a few foxes.
Yeah, we've seen foxes. They've tried to grab our chickens, but now that we have a really good coop, they can't get them.
Yeah, and I got an electric fence around it too.
Yeah, that too.
It was 80 last week. Yeah, 80 is beautiful to me. See, I love 80 degrees.
I can do heat under 90 degrees. And that's tolerating 80 to 90. Now, anything over 90 degrees,
Grew up in
I'll
Ohio.
peek outside and then peek back in.
Oh, so she was a Buckeye from Ohio.
Ohio. I've acclimated.
See, you can acclimate here too. It may just take a little bit. That's all.
80 is Christmas weather here.
Yes, exactly. This year it did get to 80.
It was 80 degrees. Yeah.
December 25th, it was like 80 degrees. That's hilarious.
That is craziness.
And yet now we got like super cold winters all of a sudden. We're getting like these Arctic fronts and stuff. Which to Texas, it's really cold. But I know other places it's not. Yeah, I look forward to watching some of his videos too.
Me too.
But no, I'm telling you, man, like Texas is where it's at though. Like coming from someone who is in Washington to here, yeah, the weather may not be, but
Whidbey Island, Washington is absolutely beautiful. Like, beautiful. I want him to go. I mean, it was the weather was great. It was just beautiful. I loved Whidbey Island. The coast of Washington is gorgeous.
Yes, raccoons will eat your chickens. This is true.
The raccoon that came to our house was huge.
Yeah, so it was bigger.
He could have grabbed
massive.
2 of our chickens by the neck and wrung them if he wanted to.
I don't know. The Texas sunset is pretty beautiful. I'm just saying. They say that, there's no bigger sky than the ones in Texas. It's beautiful here.
Kim, Florida is beautiful, but I don't know if I can deal with some of the people in Florida.
I couldn't live in Florida.
People are kind of mean. I was like, I don't know. I'm just
Except maybe Alaska.
I don't know. My dad lives in Florida.
Yeah.
He loves it. But he's also a beach person, and they enjoy that. They enjoy it, but he loves to fish.
Yeah.
So what part of when we go to Florida, we go to Panama City Beach because that's where my dad is.
Yeah.
And he has a boat and everything, so I can do that. I can go fishing.
Yeah.
But I don't like swimming in the ocean. I don't like the mystery part of the ocean. Like, I don't like swimming and not knowing what's under me. That's kind of like where I'm like, I don't know.
My mom was in Florida.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, I wonder what part of Florida is she in?
I love deep sea.
See, that's my dad.
I want to go
loves
deep sea.
that.
I've never gone deep sea fishing. I want to go.
Well, if you're in Panama City Beach, I'll hook you up with my dad. He'll take you fishing.
Yeah.
He loves that.
He absolutely.
The Northern Lights are something special. He wants to see them so bad.
So bad. That's like one of my bucket list items.
But oddly, I'll get in Texas water. Texas water. I don't.
That's because you can't see nothing.
Have I? I don't think I've ever been to the ocean down there.
Near
I don't think I've
Sarasota?
Near Sarasota. Yeah, I don't know where that is.
I don't either.
North, middle, south.
Is it
Florida's pretty big.
Is it by Miami? Is it by Orlando? Or is it in the Panhandle? That's the question. Moved from Florida to New York last week. It was their first time seeing snow. Yeah,
Aww.
I believe that. To go once.
That's awesome. I don't know many people that would move to New York, but that's awesome that they got to see snow.
There's sea monsters out there. Aren't you the one that's fascinated with
the Loch Ness monster? I am fascinated because there's too many people thinking that thing is out there. So something's out there. I don't know what is out there. Something's out there. Y'all are getting to know me too much on this live. Please continue to watch our videos.
But kind of near Tampa. Oh, okay. All right. So she's pretty far from Panama City Beach.
Okay, cool.
Monsters are real. You know what? The ocean is too vast and too large for them not to be.
We don't know all what's in there. The ocean is huge.
Massive.
We will never know. We will never know.
I think they say we know more about space than we do our own ocean floor.
If tiny jellyfish can literally get us to our knees from a sting to where people are urinating on their legs, just imagine what else is out there. I can't, I have a sister in Panama City Beach.
Oh,
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful place.
That's cool.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too when we went. We went in November for Thanksgiving to see my dad.
Yeah, I want to go. I would love to go scuba diving. That's like a huge thing for me too. I don't know why. Like, it's not like a massive thing. Like, if it never happens, then I'll be okay. But I think it would just be cool to go down and see the ocean and see maybe like the coral reef, somewhere like that.
Have to do with see God's creature. Oh, we have to. Yeah, it's fascinating.
It really is.
It really is. It's like I'm the type of person that I will sit there and watch documentaries of the ocean, the tropical rainforest. 'Cause I think it is very fascinating what's out there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, are you going to see me at the tropical rainforest? Absolutely not. Are you going to see me out in the depths of the sea? No. Like, that's not something that I'm going to do.
That's like, I seen God's creation. Yes, they are. It's absolutely amazing the things that God has formed. And I was just thinking about it today, too, like, in the way that he formed everything to be codependent on things. Like, how everything serves a purpose for another thing or another creature.
Everything
it's just so
needs
amazing.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like, if something was...
Hey, Daytona Beach.
Hello. If something was not... Like, something as simple as wasps. Before we started gardening, I was like, why are there wasps? Like, they're pointless to me. That's what I thought.
Yep.
And then I started to research, and I'm like, we need wasps. Like, I've watched them pollinate. I've watched them grab hornworms off of my plants and fling them in the yard.
Yep.
I've watched wasps do this. And I was like, oh, you are welcome in my garden.
There was this one thing that we watched, I think it was on Netflix. It was over Thanksgiving at your dad's. Remember the Tiny Creatures thing on Netflix?
Oh,
where like followed the creature through and stuff. That was so cool. Like, it wasn't necessarily a documentary, but it kind of followed over it. It was really cool. Has always been.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way this world could have been a coincidence. Like, there's no way. It's no way.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not. Everything works so perfectly together.
Yeah.
Everyone has such a special gift and job. Like, it's amazing. Yes, the wasp. I literally,
mind blown.
I'm sitting down in the garden just enjoying life. And I was picking off some worms, and I sat down back, and a wasp literally flew to the plant, grabbed it, and threw it across.
Actually, Leah, on the cottonwood tree, it's a softwood. And one thing I found out, I can't remember if this is 100% true.
We have one right there.
Yeah, on the other side.
Right on the other side of our shed.
Probably 6 feet from me.
We cut it down every year.
And it grows right back.
Every single year.
From what I've heard, the cottonwood is a softwood tree. And I believe I don't want to use, I always call them American Indians. I don't know if that's the right political terminology. But anyways, they do have good health benefits, but they use them for canoes.
Oh.
They would cut them down and carve them out because they were light. They would have better buoyancy in the water. So they used them for canoes and to traverse water easier because they were softwood, lighter, and easier to carry.
That's interesting.
So there's a little bit of information for you. My wife always says I'm full of just random information.
What did you say today? He said some dose of knowledge today. And I was like, how do you even know that? Like, how? And he's just like, are you surprised? A little.
Oh, no. That was yesterday. And you were talking about bat manure called guano.
Oh, I said bat poop is... What was bat poop for? Why did I...
You used it in the
I bought
soil.
A bag of soil for my potted plants. It's like a really good soil that I can't remember right now. And it had bat poop in it. And he was like, guano. And I'm like, what? How do you know that? And I'm just like...
Thanks for coming by. We
so
appreciate
funny.
it.
Bye! But yeah, that was just so funny to me because I was just like, who knows that? Not me.
And I told her I got it. I get this knowledge from watching movies and from just researching random things. Or, I don't know, it just sticks in my brain.
And we haven't watched movies. We don't have a TV.
No.
Like, we got rid of our TV. We
Forever
don't
ago.
watch pretty much anything.
No.
But unless we do watch Gardener's World at nighttime sometimes. It's a garden show on my phone.
Garden World.
But other than that, we
Ace Ventura. Yes!
Was
Someone
that
else knows! Yes!
Well, we don't watch movies anymore. So when he was watching that was ages ago. How do you remember that? But apparently everybody remembers.
Listen, I can quote that whole movie from front to back.
That's so funny.
I only have YouTube. Yeah, us too.
Us too.
We have Amazon Prime, like she said, because we do Prime, so we shop on Amazon, so I pay that. So we have Amazon Video or Prime Video through that, but we don't pay for Netflix, we don't pay for Hulu or anything.
Wondering what bat guano was on this fertilized I use. That
Like
is
30 minutes?
so funny.
Yeah, it's just bat droppings.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's what it is.
Well, what soil is that? Because I guarantee that's the bag of soil that I bought. If it has bat guano on there. But I was literally reading it. I said bat poop or something.
She did.
I was like, bat poop or something. He was like, guano.
I was like, oh, you mean guano?
How do you know that? Like, I had no idea. I had no idea. And Nikki J, I love how you've been on this live. You ain't said nothing until you you heard about Ace Ventura. That's so funny.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I'm glad someone else knew, though. It wasn't a documentary that I watched, that's for sure.
That is so funny. That's so funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I don't know.
Like I
It's
said,
amazing the things that you learn.
It is.
Like, little things like that. Buying a bag of soil. That's so cool.
Well, that, and it's just amazing the things that stick to your mind sometimes.
Yeah, the things
Like,
you do remember.
Yeah, things that come to, recall. Like one thing another random fact is you remember everything in your life. Your brain contains all your lifetime memories, unless of course you have like brain trauma or something like that. But your brain has the capacity to remember everything that's ever happened in your life. The problem that we have is recall. We have problem recalling it because there's so many other memories in there that you don't remember it. You can't recall it. So I can't remember where I heard about that.
And that's honestly that's true. That was proven a fact. Like researchers did that, and I didn't believe it when I heard about it.
Neat story you and I talked about. We knew bat poop had any. Yeah, I didn't know either. That it's very. But then again, if you think about bats, they normally eat like insects. Things like that, and the fruit bat, of course, eats fruit. So based upon their consumption, it probably is very healthy and beneficial.
Well, my thing is, like, who decided to go in some cavern and take bat poop and be like, this is going to work in my garden? Like, that's just interesting.
I don't know.
But yeah, like I was saying, like the whole recall thing, I didn't believe him at first when he first told me that our brains, we remember everything, but it's just a matter of recall. I didn't believe him, but no lie, like as I progressed in my walk with God, like random times, even if I'm telling my testimony or if I'm talking to somebody, counseling somebody, a memory will come up that I didn't remember in forever, but it would be perfect for that moment. And I was just like, whoa, you do remember things, or like things that God would bring back to my memory just on a day-to-day basis to remember so he can encourage me or something like that. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Again, it's a beautiful thing anyways, like this up here. Because after all, God created this. He made this. He formed it, and he made it so intricate and so amazing that we don't even understand how the brain works. We don't even understand how the human body works for the way that God created it. So it's just a beautiful thing. Like, again, going back to God's creation, like we are God's greatest creation. He created us in such a wonderful way that we ourselves can't even figure out how it all works together.
Colombians. Did Colombian growers find out first about bats? I don't know.
I don't know.
His shirt. He said he likes your shirt.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a shirt from my military days, from the battalion that I was in. But, yeah, all I know is from the movie I watched, they used guano for they made dishes and pottery out of it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just from the movie I watched. And that's how I knew about guano.
Very interesting.
Yes, sir.
After you're done, do you want to play volleyball? You're done.
We're going to get off in a little bit.
Yeah, I'll play with you for a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, careful.
But yeah, so again, it's interesting the things that we remember, and it's amazing how God created us with all of these wonderful things. Like, creation is just amazing. And when you really Just like you were saying, the Northern Lights, or as fancy people say, Aurora Borealis. It's just amazing how God created that, like how it works, how you have to be at a certain place, and the light reflects off the ice and creates that beautiful thing in the sky. It's just amazing how God knew what he was doing and how he created all of it to work like that. And it's just so beautiful knowing it. And every sunset and sunrise, like I was telling our kids the other day, there's no sunrise or sunset that is the same. It's different every single time. And God thought in his infinite wisdom to beautifully create that every single day. Something new he creates every single day for us. It's like reminding us of his grace and mercy that's new every single day. It's reminding us that every day we wake up is a new day to start over, to have another chance to live for him, to do what we're supposed to do. Even if we messed up yesterday, God is giving another day for us to live again and to live better and to try to be better.
Right. His word that it happened.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
That's right.
Hey, Bar Forge, how are you?
How you doing, Troy? But yeah, it's a beautiful thing when you really look at it in that aspect. And that's what I try to tell people too. You know, sometimes it's all about just being better than you were yesterday. You know, try today to be better than you were yesterday. And that in itself will help you to be better, because if you truly look at yesterday and you're like, man, if I was better today, that means I've done something better. That means I've allowed the Spirit of the Lord to really work in me and to change me into who I'm supposed to be, who he wants me to be, and be able to work through that. So it's such a beautiful thing when you really see it in that type of light. Because that's why God created everything, was for us. He created the world for you and I. He created everything here to show forth his glory and his majesty. And then he gave his greatest creation dominion over all of that. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to really see it in that light. And I'm thankful that God has revealed us into that. Thank you, Troy. It's beautiful to see that, and we're thankful. Honestly, we're thankful for y'all. I mean, for being a part of this and joining in with this, because like you said, it's kingdom. We're all kingdom-minded people. We all work together and are in this together to help glorify God and to show how great he is.
And learning together. I just think, even live, this is like such a fun community thing.
Yep.
Like, I would never have thought, like, our YouTube would connect us with so many good people. So many people working with their hands and learning. And we're all doing this thing together.
Yep.
And we're all just so connected in such a beautiful way. I think it's so cool. I think it's awesome. I love the community on here.
And we're all in so many different paths in things. Like, you know, the Alaska home place. I already forgot your name.
The Little Alaskan home place.
Yeah, but he said his name on here. I forgot.
Josh. I think it's Josh.
It is Josh. You know, like you, being up in Alaska, doing what you're doing. Then we have someone from Alabama. We have people from Texas. We have one that was from Ohio who moved to Washington. We have people in Florida. We have people all over the place. And we're all in different stages of our journeys. And it's so beautiful seeing that and us coming together to help and to benefit one another. You know, if you have an idea of, hey, I want to try rabbits, there's plenty of pages on here that we showcase that knows rabbits. If you want to know how to shoot a caribou or go hunting caribou, maybe Josh can help you with that. You know, that's the beautiful thing about this community, and being able to have that openness. And if you want to learn how to forge something, Troy, he knows how to do it.
He does. His videos are actually very soothing.
His opening to his videos,
They're
if you haven't
cool.
seen it, is amazing.
Yeah.
He does great video work with his videos.
And then you hear the little
beautiful.
tick, tick, tick when he's hitting his
Tink,
tool. His
tink.
tick, tick, tick. That's soothing to me. It's
Yeah.
weird. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, forging is cool. I used to watch Forged in the Fire a lot, and it always intrigued me. And now that I have a YouTuber that I watch quite regularly on that, it's amazing. Like, I love it. I love seeing the work that he does.
All right, well, guys, I think we're going to start going in.
Yep.
I'm so thankful you guys got to be on here. I think rabbits would be
too.
great to raise for food. Chickens. Yeah, I know. We're going to eventually get into meat chickens and raising chickens for meat. Probably not right now, but we will get into it eventually.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed the live.
Thank y'all so much for
Thank you
stopping
for being
by.
so active and communicating with us. It's
Yep.
It's been nice. I love to get to know you guys as well.
Yep.
Like I said, we're all community. So, you know what? I feel like you want to close us out in prayer?
Sure. Let's say a little prayer. Father, we thank you, Lord, for this time that we have on this live. We're thankful for all of those that were able to join in, those that were able to be blessed for the words that were come forth, and those that were a blessing to us, Lord. Thank you, God, for connecting us with such wonderful people that know who you are, that love you, Father, and that is trying to do their best to live for you. I pray, Lord, that you just bless each and every one of them. You go with them, Lord Jesus, and continue to work within us. Help us, God, to do your will every single day that we live. We worship you and we praise you, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. Well, God bless. Y'all have a wonderful time, and we'll see y'all next time.